Hey guys, it's Rob Knight, and I am talking to you about tripods today from the warmth of my office. I am normally in some exotic location, or at least in the woods, to talk about tripods, but honestly it's just too cold for that today. So I wanted to get this video out before Christmas time because this would make a great gift for the photographer on your list. And I'm sorry that sounds cheesy, but it's true. This is the FotoPro X-GO Max carbon fiber tripod. And there's a few reasons why I say it would make a great gift, but the first one is it's only 269 bucks for a carbon fiber tripod. Now I'll put all the specs in the description. I don't remember all the specifics about it, but with carbon fiber you get a really nice lightweight tripod. And I'm going to sit down and show you in a few minutes how small this thing is folded up. I think it's about 18.5 inches, but it'll fit into your carry-on luggage. It's easy to carry strapped on the side of a backpack or something like that. So if you follow my work at all, you know that normally if I'm shooting, I'm going to be off in the field somewhere. So if I'm taking a tripod, I'm going to have to carry it usually a long way, or carry it for a while if I'm going to implement it. Now, with the cameras that I use, with the Olympus system, I have image stabilization that is really second to none. So I don't use a tripod for a lot of my work. But when I need a tripod, I need something that's going to be stable. I really can't use a lot of the travel tripods that are out now. The little tiny legs are just too spindly to hold the camera up for things like astrophotography or long exposures, which is a lot of what I would use a tripod for in this day and age. The other thing is I'm 6 feet 3 inches tall. So if I have a tripod that holds a camera at my belly button, that's not going to do me a lot of good either. And I would definitely recommend getting a tripod, shopping for a tripod that's at least high enough for you to get the camera to eye level, because if not, it's just going to be a pain to use. And so I've got the X-GO Max here, and I've got my EM1 Mark III Olympus camera, just so you can see what we're dealing with. Now, a couple of things to point out are the ball head that comes with this kit, with this tripod, has levels on like every side of it, which I really appreciate, even on the knob to tighten the Arca-Swiss clamp, which is something to note too. It comes with the plate, but it is regular Arca-Swiss, so any of your L brackets or things that you're already using will fit just fine. The ball head itself has a panning adjustment and just one single ball head adjustment that adjusts the tension on the ball. It does have sort of a graduated ring around there. I don't know if you can see the little orange ring that has numbers on it. So I thought, oh, okay, maybe it has kind of a tension adjustment. No, it's just kind of on there for decoration, and it shows you which way to turn it to loosen it and which way to tighten it. So it's not the fanciest ball head I've ever seen, but it works just fine, and when I tighten it down it doesn't move, which I really appreciate. A lot of cheap ball heads that I've used, you get the camera just where you want it, and when you go to tighten that ball head, the camera goes whoop and moves just a little bit, and it's just enough to be annoying. But I don't have that problem with this particular ball head. So in this case, I do have the center column raised a little bit. The center column is pretty beefy for a little travel tripod like this, but I will tell you, yes, technically, the most stable way to use a tripod is to have the center column all the way down, right? Then you have everything braced on the three legs. That is technically the most stable. However, if I need to get a shot and I need to move my camera higher, I've never been afraid to raise the center column, and I don't feel like I've ever gotten shots that were substandard because I had the center column too high. It's something else to keep in mind with travel tripods. A lot of times the center column is this tiny little stick. So yeah, I would avoid using that if I could help it. But this, the center column here is about the same size as the thickest tube on the leg. So that's pretty nice, right? This right here is the EM1 Mark III with the center column all the way down on the X-GO Max. So I wouldn't necessarily be able to look through the viewfinder comfortably like this, but I could flip the screen out and still frame a shot if I needed to at this level, if I really needed it secure. The other thing that I might do if I really need it secure is to grab this bad boy, see if you can see that against my shirt. This hook comes with it, and this is like industrial grade, a heavy duty hook that screws onto the bottom of the center column so that you can hang. I wouldn't be afraid to hang my camera bag from this. I've had the travel tripods that have a little hook on the bottom that I would be afraid they'd break off if I hung anything from it. But in this particular case, this hook is really substantial and it screws on with a 3/8 thread. So you can absolutely, I would tighten that thing on there and hang my whole backpack on it with no question. So that's really cool. And this comes with it in the little tool bag. So I'll show you, if I raise the center column, and I'm going to make notes just kind of as I go along. And this is one of the things that's different from other tripods I've used. The center column doesn't have anything to keep it from spinning. Okay, a lot of tripods have maybe a notch built into the collar and maybe a groove in the center column to keep it from turning. This doesn't have that. So you do have to be sure that you kind of tighten down that center column so that the column itself doesn't turn in the bracket. I think in practice, I haven't found that to be an issue in the least. It's just something to keep up with. But so I can raise it here and the center column is not all the way up. And now I've got the camera at eye level. I can use it easily. I can use the viewfinder or the LCD, no sweat, right? One thing that's really cool about this particular tripod, which I was really surprised when I got it, is that if I raise the center column all the way up, I can actually get the camera over my head. So big deal, right? Why would I want to do that? Well, there's a lot of times when maybe I'm shooting you know, a waterfall or some other type of a landscape setting where maybe the tripod is not sitting on the same level ground that I'm on. Maybe I have to put the tripod under where I am. Well, now I can raise the camera up a little bit higher and maybe get the shot anyway. Or if I'm shooting astrophotography and I want to change my viewpoint to point the camera up, well, no problem. I can still do that and still use the viewfinder without having to bend down, without having to crouch. So I can use it more comfortably. And for me, especially being a tall person, that makes it a lot more flexible and there's a lot more opportunity for me to use this tripod because it does get so tall. Okay, I've got the camera off now and I'm going to go over some of the details of the X-GO Max. And one of the things that really surprised me when I got this, my friends at FotoPro sent it to me to try it out. And I honestly, for a sub $300 tripod, I didn't have a lot of high expectations about it. I thought, okay, you know, it'll be better than not having a tripod. I thought maybe I'd use it in my office or whatever. But this has turned out to be such a pleasant surprise for me. All the hardware here, the spider at the top here is all aluminum and it's machined beautifully. It's really nice. As far as I can tell, this knob just keeps the center column from spinning. It's just another way to do that. But I believe it's a 1/4 thread, and I'm sure you could put another arm or something there if you needed to, say, hold an LED and you're shooting macro. You could probably put that in here. It does have a little loop here for a sling if you wanted to clip that on, which I've started to do with the smaller tripod. I'll put the little tab for the Peak Design strap through there, and I can carry that over my shoulder as well. I think it weighs... You know what, I'm not going to tell you what the specs are because I'll put them in the description, but it's very lightweight. It's a carbon fiber tripod that's very small, so it's not going to weigh a whole lot. There is a little foam grip on one leg, which I like. If you're carrying a tripod for any length of time, the way that I like to do it, I'll usually have one leg extended and I'll throw the tripod over my shoulder, so it's nice to have a little padding there. And then one leg has this silicone grip on it. And this indicates that this leg actually unscrews and you can make that into a monopod. And this is a pretty ubiquitous feature in smaller tripods like this now, but it's pretty handy. If you need a monopod, you don't have to bring a monopod with you. You could just bring this. So you take that off and then you take the top of the center column off and attach that and you've got a monopod. You can use the same head on it. That's easy. I'm not sure how often I would use that, but it's a nice feature to have anyway. It notes in the literature that the legs and the joints are dust proof. So I don't believe that it's totally waterproof if you set this down in the surf. I believe, I don't know that it's sealed for water, but it does say dust proof, which is nice. As nature photographers know, it is very rare that we're working in a place that doesn't have at least dust, if not mud and dirt and grime. So it's nice to have a little bit of protection for that. I do like the fact that the legs are true 1/4 turn adjusters. So just with that one turn, now I've got the legs closed up. I can easily grab all 3 of the adjusters at a time, turn just that much, and then tighten it up. It's really fast to deploy. I really like that in a tripod. Again, if I need a tripod, I want it to do what I need to do, and I want to do it quickly without getting in the way and maybe causing me to miss a shot or something like that. And you can see just how easy it is to fold this thing up. It says a quarter turn. I don't even know if it's a whole quarter turn. You just have to, by the time you loosen it a little bit, then you can adjust the legs, and that's really nice. Other features that actually cost extra with other tripods are things like the rubber feet are removable, and you've got metal spikes that are built in. I don't remember what I paid for the metal spikes on my FotoPro tripod, but it was a few dollars extra to have that. They didn't come with that for sure. And basically the legs are spikes, and they come with little rubber covers for them. And something else I noticed in the handy little bag that comes with it, you get an extra set of rubber covers. So if you happen to lose some when you're out in the field, you've got an extra set with you. And that's just one of the things in this little bag. You've got the rubber covers, you've got the hook that I mentioned earlier, this great big hook that comes off. And I'll show you that. That's a pretty neat little function. And to adjust the legs, you simply press the spring-loaded clip here, and you can move the leg out of the way, which is actually how you fold the tripod. So if we do that, and I can show you the bottom of the center column. So when I turn this little screw there, then the 3/8 thread comes out, and that's where I can attach the hook. It's pretty neat, because then you can just thread that back in there and it stays out of the way. It's not going to catch on anything. It's pretty nice. So I will go ahead and show you how it folds. In the meantime, it's what I guess they still call it transverse. It's what they used to call them. So where you move the leg locks, and the legs actually fold up around the center column. So just that quickly, it goes to that big. I believe it's, again, 18.5 inches, maybe, something like that. Look in the description and I'll put the full specs in there. So I've got a tripod that's dust sealed, it's lightweight, it folds very small to fit in my carry-on bag, but it also gets tall enough where I can actually use it in the field, and it's only 269 bucks. Like, for a carbon fiber tripod, that is a great deal. Not only that, for a carbon fiber tripod that doesn't have legs that are the size of my pinky finger, they're actually big, pretty beefy carbon fiber legs. You've also got this nice case. It's a nice nylon. It's not some, something that's going to get soaked with water and get stinky or anything. There's this guy that comes with it that I haven't really explored very much, but it goes on your belt, and it gives you a little pocket to put the end of the monopod in if you're using that. So it's kind of almost like a flag carrier type of a thing. That's included. Okay. You've got your basic tool kit with a wrench and an Allen key for all the adjustments that are on the tripod. If you need a travel tripod to replace your old bulky tripod, like I know a lot of my clients are in that boat. Nobody wants to spend a lot of money on a new tripod, well, because I already have one, but maybe it's too big, maybe it's too heavy, maybe it's the old model and you never carry it because it's just so huge. For the system that I use, for the Olympus cameras that I use, this thing, I think it's rated for 40 or 50 pounds anyway. Again, I'll put the specs in the description, so don't hold me to that, but more than enough weight for anything that I carry. Even if I wanted to put some of my telephoto lenses on this, if I'm shooting something and I don't want to hold the camera up for a long time, I would easily and confidently put it on this tripod. Again, it's the X-GO Max from FotoPro. Be sure to click the link in the description, because my friends at Allen's Camera, I know they sell these and other FotoPro tripods that I've been really happy with. This is my second one, and for the price, I just don't know how you can beat it for a really sturdy, nice, tall, but easy to carry, lightweight tripod. So if you have any questions about it, drop them in the comments. I've got the tripod. It's my tripod. I use it. So if you have any questions about it, then let me know and I'll try to fill you in if I can. And look in the description also for the full specifications. And if I got anything wrong in the video, I'm sorry, but it'll all be down in the description. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy holidays.